What's good, everybody, man? Welcome to the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. This is your guy, Manny, and I got a Washington football video for you guys today. So I'm going to be breaking down my top 10 defensive players for the Washington football team. So to kick it off, I'm going to start from number 10, and I'm going to work my way up to number 1. So at number 10, I got Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb is going to play a lot of Sam linebacker this year and some Will. He's been looking good in training camp. He's been out here making one-handed interceptions and out here covering and making plays. So I think he's going to play some Will, but he's most likely going to play a lot of Sam linebacker this season. Now, granted, Cole Holcomb was hurt last year. Had Cole Holcomb played every single game last year, he would have had over 100 tackles easily. Now, that's last year. This year, you have 3 guys on the team who could potentially have 100 tackles. I'm not saying each, but you have 3 guys with the potential to reach 100 tackles, and Cole Holcomb is one of them. You know, adding in Jamei Davis is definitely going to help Cole Holcomb a lot. I see him this year. Maybe he don't reach 100 just because we have more talent on defense, but he's going to have some sacks. He's going to have some interceptions. He's going to create some plays. He's going to create havoc all over the field. So I'm excited to have Cole Holcomb another year of growth. At number 9, I have Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller had 4 INTs last year. Kendall Fuller's a beast, man. He's a playmaker. And this season, because of a rookie that we drafted in Benjamin St-Juste, you might see Kendall Fuller in the slot a lot this season. Kendall Fuller is one of the elite slot corners in the entire NFL. And he can play some free safety as well. So that position flex is going to bode well for Kendall Fuller. Also, back in 2017, he also had 4 INTs. So the last 2 years in DC, he's averaging 4 INTs a season. So this season, he can possibly lead us in INTs this year, especially, having a better defense and having better players. So Kendall Fuller is the 9th best player on defense. Coming in at number 8 is the guy Cameron Curl. Cameron Curl, 7th round draft choice. He had 88 tackles last year, taking over for Landon Collins as the full-time starter at the strong safety position. He also had 3 INTs. He had 2 sacks, and he also had a pick 6. So Cameron Curl is a guy who played some corner in college, and he has that ball hawking ability. Yes, at the strong safety position, he can create plays in terms of getting some INTs. And I see him this year with around the same numbers of INTs as he had last year. Maybe he might get 4, but I see him with at least 3 just because there's going to be plenty tip balls. There's going to be plenty tip passes. He's going to be in position, especially with that defensive line creating havoc. Everybody in that secondary has a chance to have at least 2 to 3 picks each on the minimum. So I'm excited for a defense that has potential to have a lot of takeaways this season. So, yes, I have Cameron Curl as the number 8th best defender on the team. Now, this year, we'll see how he's used. If his usage is low because Landon Collins is looking good. He's looking good in training camp, but that's his training camp. We got to see how things translate. There have been a lot of Cameron Curl at free safety position and Landon Collins at the strong safety position. So we'll see. Maybe some Buffalo nickel. Maybe he's played maybe Cameron Curl is playing that linebacker position, that Viper role. So we'll see how he's used. But one thing I can say is that he had 2 sacks last year. This year, he has a chance to get more than 2 sacks. So you guys let me know in the comment section. Do you guys think he is over or under 2 sacks this season? Coming in at number 7 is my guy, Big Matt Ioannidis at number 7. You guys remember back in a couple years ago, 2019, he had 8.5 sacks. 2018, he had 7.5 sacks. So the last 2 seasons that he's been fully healthy, he's averaging, over 8 sacks a game. And that's amazing. That's amazing. I think he takes another step. He takes another step this season. With the rotations, obviously he's coming off the bench this year, but with the rotations coming in, I think Matt Ioannidis is the most talented defensive tackle we have on the team. He's the most talented, let me take that back, the most talented pass rushing defensive tackle on the squad. I mean, he just has a knack for getting to the quarterback. It's not a fluke. He's done it 2 seasons in a row where, 7.5 sacks and 8.5 sacks. That's a lot. That's a lot. And he's a very talented pass rusher. So you can see him coming into the game, third downs, to generate even more pressure against the quarterback. So I am looking forward to Matt Ioannidis this year. Coming in at number 6, I have William Jackson III. He's a guy that only has 3 career interceptions. But here's the thing. He's never played with a defensive line like this. I think he has more interceptions this year than he's had in his entire career combined. I see William Jackson III as a mega playmaker. Not only is he a shutdown corner, people are going to try to test him this year just because, and he's going to be out here performing because he's going to be playing against all the number 1 wide receivers out there. So teams are going to take shots to their number 1 wide receiver. And him and Terry McLaurin has had a great battle in practice. So I'm looking forward to seeing how each guy sharpens each guy heading into the season. But like I said, I think that William Jackson III comes out, performs very, very well, and he'll have at least 4 INTs this year. That's a bold prediction. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree in the comments section. So William Jackson III coming in as a number 6 best defender for the Washington football team. Coming in at number 5 is Jamei Davis. Now, you guys are probably thinking it might be a little bit too high for Jamei Davis, being that he's never played a game in the NFL. Y'all are like, Manny, are you crazy? Why do you have him ranked at number 5? I like his upside. I like his potential. I like the fact that he has a chance to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. He really does. All he has to do is gobble up a whole bunch of tackles, stuff the run, defend the pass, intercept the ball. Now, that's a lot. I'm saying all he has to do, but then I'm saying all these things that he has to do. But I really, really love his upside and then being a guy that's going to have a lot of snaps because he's our true middle linebacker. And he's going to be out there at least 90% of the times, 90% of the snaps. So that just bodes well. Based off of volume and usage, I think that Jamei Davis ends up as the number 5 best defender based off of my rankings. You guys might, rank differently. But at the end of the video, what I want you guys to do is to rank your top 10 defenders for the football team. And let's see if you guys agree with me. Let's see who I rank too high, who I rank too low, who was just right. So I would love to see that in the chat. We can talk about it. I love to talk in the chat, not in the chat, but in the comment section. So that's going to be fun discussion after you guys are done with the video. Coming in at number 4, I have Daron Payne. I struggled with putting Daron Payne at number 3, but I'm going to have him at number 4 just because he just has that. He's my favorite defensive tackle. I think he has more upside than Jonathan Allen. I think that Daron Payne is still learning, but Jonathan Allen is that leader. But Daron Payne coming in at number 4, the last 3 years, he's had 3 sacks, 2 sacks. 5 sacks, 2 sacks, 3 sacks. Now, you might say, the numbers are down from his rookie season when he had 5. But when you look at it, you can't really measure sacks based off of what defensive tackles do. They do more than get to the quarterback. They're the guys that stuff the run. They're the guys that create pressure up the middle to make it easier for the ends to get to the quarterback. Now, these defensive tackles, they do provide a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They get quarterback hits. So they get all these different stats that don't come up flashy on the stat sheet. But, yeah, Daron Payne is the 4th best defender on the squad, and I'm expecting Daron Payne to have his best season this year in year 4 because guess what? The 5th-year option is going to be picked up, which if it hasn't been picked up already, I'm pretty sure that it has. And, he's due to get paid. So this year 4 and year 5 are critical for Daron Payne. Daron Payne has to make the football team pay him. He's going to ball out, so he wants to get paid. So I'm expecting a big year 4 and even a bigger year 5 from Daron Payne. Barring injuries, knocking on wood, praying for good health. Now, Jonathan Allen comes in at number 3, the big guy up the middle, the leader, the vocal leader, and then he shows with his actions as well. He's like a 2-for-1. He's a teacher, he's a leader, but then he's also a player. Jonathan Allen, last 3 years in sacks, he's had 8 sacks, 6 sacks, and then 2 sacks. So, like I said, he's similar to Daron Payne. You can't really look at the sack numbers and say, he's not getting sacks, he's not doing anything. Go look at the tackle numbers. The tackle numbers are there. The QB hurries are there. Matter of fact, he led the football team in QB hurries this year. you know. And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. I'm always willing to learn. But if I'm not mistaken, Jonathan Allen led the football team in QB hurries this season. So that's Jonathan Allen coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, Montez Sweat. Last 2 seasons, he's had 7 sacks and he's had 9 sacks. I remember his rookie season. It wasn't flashy. He was struggling to start the year. The next thing you know, he ends up with 7 sacks, and you're like, oh, we might have something in Montez Sweat, a guy who fell in the draft because of speculation of his health. He's perfectly fine. And I'm glad that he fell to us that year because he saved us from the Dwayne Haskins pick. If Dwayne Haskins was our only first-round pick, then that would have just been horrible. So Montez Sweat pretty much saved that draft. He had 9 sacks last year. He should have had more. There are games where you can debate that Montez Sweat outplayed Chase Young. That might be a conversation that you guys are not willing to have yet, but there were times when Montez Sweat was more dominant. I'm not saying that Montez Sweat is better than Chase Young. I'm saying that Montez Sweat is pretty good. You know, he's a perfect complement to Chase Young, and I'm hoping that they lock up Montez Sweat as soon as possible. Out of like the 4 guys on the defensive line, Montez Sweat is not a guy that I'm willing to lose, okay? So it might be Daron Payne, might be the guy that we don't re-sign. We might re-sign Settle and Matt and then let Payne walk. I want to keep all 4, but there's going to be a possibility that we can't keep all 4. But yeah, I have Montez Sweat coming in at number 2. And mind you, Montez Sweat had an interception and a touchdown last year. I mean, his 6'6" frame, big guy. He's fast, one of the fastest guys on the entire team. So that's just great to have that kind of speed coming off the edge. And you're starting to see him put together the speed, the power, and the skill to make him one of the better players in the league. But the question that I have for you guys this year is, do you guys think that Montez Sweat gets to double-digit sacks? Let me know in the comment section. Coming in at number 1, obviously, is Chase Young. He had 7.5 sacks last year. Defensive Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Playmaker. I mean, he had that fumble return for a touchdown. He showed his speed. So speed with Chase Young, speed with Montez Sweat. You can't beat that, man. When you have 2 big guys that are 6'5", 6'6", massive speed, get to the quarterback, big, strong, can shed any tackle in the league. I mean, if Sweat's not getting there, Chase is going to get there. If neither one gets there, guess what? Big man up the middle or Settle. Even a guy like Tim Settle, you know, he's an honorable mention. He definitely should have been on this list, but we just have so many great or good defenders on the team that it was really hard to make this list. So I want you guys to let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys agree with my list? Let me go ahead and recap one more time. Number 10, I have Cole Holcomb. Number 9, I have Kendall Fuller. Number 8, Cameron Curl. Number 7, Matt Ioannidis. Number 6, William Jackson III. Number 5, Jamei Davis. Number 4, Jonathan Allen. Number 4, Daron Payne. Number 3, Jonathan Allen. Number 2, Montez Sweat. And number 1, Chase Young. That is my top 10 defenders for the Washington football team. Once again, this is your guy, Manny. This is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I have more content coming for you guys. You guys be blessed, and you guys have a great day. I'm out.